Welcome. In this video, we continue on with Book 3 of the Darksworn expansion for Valeria Card Kingdoms. All right, so finishing our setup, shuffle our monsters together here, and we're going to see a giant pop out, a flaming skeleton, a goblin, another goblin, and a treant. Then we'll be shuffling our I-Bet swarm from the previous adventure in here. Since we're on our third book, we're going to get 3 more shade monsters. 2, 3. And shuffle them together. And then for our citizens, I did swap out our paladin for the priestess. Paladin decided he needed a break from us. 2 gold, 1 magic, 3 victory points for our third book. And for our blessings, we are going to spend a victory point for 3 fight, swap resources for a different resource for 4 victory points to get 2 of our citizens back. Now we can break out our book. So this is a thick stack. So the Shores of Kosk. For setup, we're going to shuffle the 5 Malinoc monsters into the monster deck. So we've got those monsters here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And they look a little nasty. And with them shuffled up, see the rest of the rules for them. The strength of a Malinoc monster is equal to 6 plus a number of other Malinocs in the monster row. When refilling the monster row in the end phase, if a Malinoc fills an open slot, we're going to banish a card from the monster row that is not a shade monster and repeat as needed until all slots are filled in the monster row. Malinoc may never destroy a shade. If you're unable to destroy a monster, you must destroy a citizen from any stack. I'll just put our rules over there. Then Chapter 1, Deep Within the Darkness. As you, the chosen of Aquila, exit the cave of the defenders, the setting sun paints the sky in rich colors, complementing the 2 radiants you each carry. Down in the bay, worker ferries supplies from your carracks to the growing encampment on shore. Suddenly, the water in the bay churns around the longboats, and nightmarish creatures attack the sailors. They're like no other monsterkin you've seen before, man-shaped with simply purple skin and fish-like heads. Each has a glowing orb dangling from a stalk on its forehead. Watchmen aboard a carrack is quick to sound the alarm, but by the time the archers lose their arrows, the sailors have been slain and the creatures have vanished beneath the waves. When you're ready to begin, turn the page. We are ready. So now we have the Shiden. It's got a strength of 9 plus, and when we get our token on him, we're going to get one of our citizens back. And then Chapter 2, The Horror in the Bay. The water is still for a moment, then a massive creature of the sea rises with hateful and unforgiving eyes, slams your ships with its massive tentacles, and one by one the vessels are taken down into the bay. You lock eyes with the beast and recognize it as a Shaidan, a demon of legend. So the fish creatures can only be Malinocs, servants to the water demon. For your people can be safe, you can establish a firm foothold in these new lands to battle the darkness. Shaidan must be vanquished and the Malinocs driven back into the sea. So his strength is going to be equal to 9 plus the number of Malinoc currently in the monster row. And on a roll of a 6, we're going to have to banish 1 card from citizen from any stack. So with that, we will prepare for battle. So I've got a 2, 4, and a 6 activating. 2 does nothing, 4 does nothing, 6 is going to get us a strength. Not a very good start. What we can do is spend 1 strength to take care of a goblin, which will get us a coin and a victory point. Second action, we are going to spend 2 money to pick up a merchant. All right, so then we go to our monsters. 2 is going to activate, so the flaming skeleton knocks a hole in the wall. 4 does nothing, and 6 is we have to banish. Sorry, Butcher. Get him out of there. And back to us, we're going to gain a money and a fight. And replenish with a Goblin Mage. And next round, 2, 6, and 8 is going to activate. So the 2, we can get money or we can get magic. I think I need to build up, so we're going to go with the money. And the 6 is going to get us a fight. And our first action, we are going to spend 2 money to pick up a champion. So you can take down a goblin, but with my luck, we're going to spend a money and a magic to get a rogue and hope we can get some 7s here eventually. So monsters activating, skeleton finishes the wall. 6, we're going to banish somebody else. We'll pick a mercenary. Then back to us, we're going to gain a money, a fight, and then we can spend the money to get 4 fight. And next turn, 2, 6, and 8. We're prepped for that. We are going to take 2 money and a fight and 4 fight. So up to 12. And we're going to spend 5 fight to take out the skeleton, which will get us a money and a magic and 3 victory points. We are rolling too many 6s. We're going to spend 1, no. I think we're going to spend 3 to pick up a cleric. All right, monsters activate. 2 is nothing. 6 is we'll lose a peasant. Then we'll gain a money and a strength, and then spend the money to get 4 strength, going up to 12. And replenish. So when these things come in, we have to destroy another card out here, which is going to be a giant. And replenish it with another one. That's not good. And we'll destroy a treant to bring in an orc warrior. All right, next turn. 2, 3, and 5 is going to activate. So we want that guy dead for sure, because he's also going to attack on the 5. But he's 7 fight to take care of. First, we're going to gather some stuff. So we're going to get 2 magic, because we might need to do some heavy fighting. And the 5 is a coin. All right, so 7 to take him out. It's going to get us 2 resources of our choice. We're going to take fight. And then 2 victory points up to 9. And we're going to spend 1 to take out a goblin, which is going to get us a coin and a victory point. And we're going to take a third action, spending 8 to bring back a wall. And things are going to activate. 2 and 3 does nothing. 5 punches a hole. Then back to us. We're going to gain a coin down here. And 5 gets us another coin. Then all players, when this guy, the blight, comes in, we're going to lose 2 fight. And a goblin pops back in. All right, 1, 2, and 3 will activate. So the 1 gets us 3 magic. 2, we can take 2 money or 2 magic. We'll take 2 magic. I'm going to spend 7 on that guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, doesn't need 7, just 6. And we'll take 2 strength and 2 victory points. Then we're going to spend 2 fight and 2 magic for a blight. And with that, we're going to take 2 fight and gain a victory point. Then we're going to take a third action, spending a victory point to get 3 fight. 2, 3. Hope we can take him out next turn. All right, so that was our actions. Fighting, nothing, goblin chisels a hole. Then we're going to get a magic and a money and refill, getting a skeleton and a dire bear. And over here, spend a victory point to get 2 magic. So next turn, 2, 5, and 7. The 2, we're going to take 2 magic. The 5, we'll get a money. And the 7, we get 2 fight and 2 money. The magic number up here is 9. So we're going to spend 8 plus 1. In our second action, we're going to spend 1, 2, 3 to pick up another rogue. All right, so then monsters, dire bear punches a hole, orc takes down a wall, and it's back to us. So we get a coin from the merchant, we get a coin from the peasant, and we have 2 rogues. So that's going to get us 2 fight. Since we have 2, we're getting 1 fight and 1 gold for each. So 2 more money and 2 fight. And we'll resolve this. So that's going to flip these tokens back over. So the Shaddan has been taken care of. So Chapter 3, Trailblazers. When Shaddan's last tentacle was severed, the beast vanished, leaving only a lifeless octopus on the shore. Clearly a powerful spell had corrupted the poor animal, but you are left with many questions about who or what was behind this ruse and what darkness may be yet to come. The Malinox and the injuries they caused were certainly real, though, and you worry they might be a recurring threat to your plans. With the horror in the bay put to rest, you have salvaged what supplies washed ashore and have recovered and repaired the Carax. The trade routes down the Mabel Sound are finally open. Supplies are becoming more plentiful. If you have the gold to spend, and a word of your successes have reached the people of Valeria. So remove the next 5 cards from the book. So we've got some pioneers. Like we might be getting some more help here. So new faces accompany the supplies arriving on the Carax, and you welcome them with open arms. Among the new settlers are pioneers dedicated to expanding the borders of Valeria, and they bring with them much-needed skills and resources. While the newcomers may not be true believers of the prophecy your company received at the Oracle of Thine, you know that in order to fill it, you must build a self-sufficient stronghold here and keep the trade routes back to the kingdom Valeria open. These new settlers will make all the difference. So we're going to give each player a pioneer starter, return any unneeded pioneers and all the explorer cards to the box. So we're going to pick up one of these, and we're losing the explorer, so way better. Then we'll use the pioneers instead of the explorer for the rest of the books in the Darksworn saga. Do not use in the Forgotten Temple. When we're ready to continue, turn the page, and we are ready. So now we need to do some cost enhancements. We need 12 money for this one. And Chapter 4, A New Beginning. You've decided to name your first city Kosk after one of the fallen heroes you found in the tomb of the ancient defenders. You hope that your company, like theirs, can succeed in saving the light. Also proclaim the mountain holy and have sent forth teams to map its warren of caves and chambers. You and your fellow defenders of the light need to gather what gold you can and build more carracks to expand trade, all while patrolling the borders of your nascent city and pushing back the monsterkin that surround you. These monsters now seem stronger than they were. So all cards in the monster row have +1 strength, and a 6 is still going to banish a card from our stacks down here. And we all know I'm going to forget stuff, so throw these tokens out here to hopefully remember those things are harder to beat up. All right, so that's taken care of. On to the next turn. 3, 6, and 9. Another 6, not a fan. 3, we can take care of that. So 3 gets us nothing down here. 6 gets us a fight. 9 gets us nothing. We're going to spend 2 fight to take out a goblin. To get us some money and a victory point. Then we're going to spend 2 money to bring in a priestess. And then 3 is activating, 6 is activating. We'll lose a knight, or no, we'll drop out another butcher. All right, so then back to us. We get nothing. We get a strength, and then we can spend a magic to get 3 strength. And replenish. So a Death Wisp. So he's going to attack this column on his number. So nothing too special there. All right, 4, 6, and 10. 4 gets us nothing. Knight is going to get us a strength and a 10. We're going to get 2 strength and a magic. Keep rolling 6s. All right, so we're going to spend 4 fight. And we're going to choose to take a money and 2 victory points. Then we're going to spend a victory point to get 2 magic. And 4 doesn't activate up here. Now we're going to lose. It's getting thin. Well, that's getting thin. We'll drop out an archer. And activating for us, strength. Spend a magic to get 3 more strength. And then refill a skeleton. And with that one, spend 2 victory points to change a die roll +or -1. And next round, 2, 6, and 8. 2, using a merchant to get 2 money. 6, the knight's going to give us a fight. And an 8 is going to give us 4 fight. We are going to spend 2 victory points to change this 6 to a 5. Then we're going to spend 10 money and 2 magic to finish that. Then we're going to take another action. We're going to spend 10 fight. Take care of this orc warrior. It's going to let us get a character if it costs 3 or less, and the pluses don't matter. We're going to not take a rogue. 5. Sure, we'll pick up another merchant. And 3 victory points. Then 2's going to activate. The bear takes down a wall. 5 has nothing. And no 6s for once. So then back to us. We're going to get 2 money with our 2 merchants. And the 5 is going to give us 1. And then the 2 rogues are going to get us 2 money and 2 fight. And then because of that, we will flip this, bring back a character. Go to the next spot. So now we need to construct some outer walls. 6 magic, 6 strength, and 6 money. Get this done, we rebuild a wall. Makes sense. Chapter 5, build the outer walls. More people come to Kosk every day with the spirit of adventure and the will to tame the wild lands. In order to support this growth, you must build strong walls to deflect the monster raids. You must gather gold and use the blood and sweat of your people to ensure a safer home for all. Newcomers look up at the mountains and ask to quarry stone for the walls, but do you explain the holy paths of the mountain? Some of the teams you sent to explore the caverns have already returned, in fact, laden with maps and drawings that could help to fulfill Quilla's prophecy. Monsters are still +1. Now when we roll a 6, we're going to banish a character from a stack and place some money on the outer walls to increase its completion cost. And here we can spend 2 victory points to get 5 money. And an owlbear's coming out. And next turn, 3, 5, and 8. 3 gets us nothing. 5 is going to get us a coin. And 8 gets us 4 fight. So we need some magic. Well, the owl bear is ready to beat someone up, and so is this guy. And so is that guy. And that takes magic to defeat. So we're going to turn 4 fight into 4 magic. Could build the walls. I'm not going to. We're going to take out the Death Wisp. 6 magic and 1 strength, which is going to get us 5 fight and a victory point. And we're going to take a 3rd action and spend 5 fight to take out the owlbear, which will get us 2 magic and 2 victory points. So 3 and 5 is doing nothing up there. So down here, it's getting us a coin. And we can spend a coin to get 4 fight. Then we're going to bring out a treant. And a bane spider. And over here, spend 4 to discard a monster. And our next turn, 2, 3, and 5. 2, we're going to take 4 magic. 3 is nothing. 5 gets us a money. So 2 and 3. Is that going to finish one of these stacks? Yes, it is. All right. We're going to construct the outer walls, which is going to build a wall, thank goodness. So 6 money 6 fight, and 6 magic. It's going to build a wall. So that was our first action. Next action, we are going to spend 8 victory points to build another wall. Then we're going to take a third action just to get some magic. All right, so monsters are activating 2, 3, and 5. So the Dire Bear takes that, Treant knocks that down, Bane Spider hits that one. And back to us, we're going to get 2 money from here and a money from there. And in phase, that goes away. All right, so now we need to build some more towers. 9 magic, 9 strength, and 9 money. Get to discard a monster when we do that. So Holy Protection, Chapter 6, your investment in the teams tasked with mapping the mountain caves has paid off. Large chest filled with ancient war gems was found secreted within the mountains. Dispatch a character to Valeria with envoys to hire wardsmiths from the cities of Thracias and Reichstrom, while local builders construct war towers along the outer walls. It's an exciting task and much could go wrong, but you have faith that this windfall will be a boon to all of Kosk. So in paying resources to build ward towers, you may not augment strength or gold with magic. All right, that's going to make things harder. Monsters are still +1, and when we roll a 6, lose a character from any stack, discard a character from any stack, and then we're going to lose a resource. All right, so next turn, we need 9s on everything. 1, 2, and 3. That's going to get us 3 magic, 2. We use 1 for 2 money and the other for 2 magic. And 3 gets us nothing. Well, this is wide open, so we want the Treant going. Takes 4 fight. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Which will get us a money and a magic. And a victory point. Then we're going to spend 2 victory points to get 5 money. And 1, 2, and 3 is going to activate. So the skeleton makes a hole. Dire Bear takes out a wall. 3's not activating. Back to us. We get a magic. Then we're going to take 4 money. And done. So replenish. 2 victory points gets us 5 fight. Bring out an owlbear. And roll. Double 1s. So that brings in the pioneers. It's going to get us 3 of any resource. 2, 3. And then that gets us 6 magic. Takes us to 13. And then the 2 we're going to use for 4 money. Now we're good on money. We're kind of good on money and magic. We need fight. So just take 2 of each. So that thing attacking twice, that's a problem. That thing attacking by itself, that's a problem. So first action, we don't have enough victory points. All right, we got to do it. We're going to spend 1, 2, 3 to take out the skeleton. that's going to get us a money and 2 victory points. Second action, spend 2 victory points to get 5 fight. Using that card. And if we lose any of those, we got problems. So we're going to go after the dire bear, spending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which can get us 2 money or 2 magic. We'll go 2 magic and 3 victory points. And the restriction on the magic is just for the towers, not anything else. That was an extra action. All right, so monsters activate, nothing happens, back to us. This, we're taking 3 fight. And that's going to get us 2 magic. And that's going to get us, we'll just take 4 magic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, not an option. We get 2 money. All right, what's next on this one? Spend a victory point to get 3 money. Then we're bringing out the Ibat Swarm and an owlbear. And rolling 2, 4, and 6, so 2. We're going to take 4 magic. 4, we get nothing. 6, we get 1 fight. We don't want that thing activating, but it's going to. That's dangerous. All right, we're spending 9 magic. 9 fight. And 9 money. Which is going to do that, and that's going to allow us to discard a monster. So we're going to get rid of that. Then we're going to spend 4 magic to pick up an archer. And we'll take a 3rd action. Spending 4 victory points to discard a monster. So 2 does nothing. 4 hits this. And then 6 we're going to have to banish. It's going to be a knight. Then we discard somebody. I think we'll pick a priestess. And we lose a resource, which is going to be a money. All right, then activating here, we're going to get 2 gold from these merchants. 4 gets us a strength, and 6 gets us a strength. And we're going to get these back. So now, Secret Reliquary. Good, looks like we're done. Wardsmiths arrived during a grim and bloody battle with the Malinox and other monster kin, but they scaled the towers to set the ward gems nonetheless. While the battle raged, their hammers sounded notes on the gems, and their deft fingers tightened and loosened mounted clamps according to the tune. First, the notes of power were discordant and jarring, but soon enough, the masters brought each gem into consonance. The music of the magical protection coalesced into a thrumming harmony, and everyone, mankind and monsterkin alike, held their breath and paused to gaze skyward. Then bolts of lightning struck every tower, and lances of light shot out through the invading monsters. The battle ended quickly after that. Though some monsters escaped, they would be wary with the new war towers in place. So the next day, the long-anticipated signal from your explorers came, calling you and your fellow nobles up the mountainside and into the cave of the defenders. Sarcophagus was askew, revealing a stairway down into a lit passage. There you entered a chamber with scattered monster corpses from a recent battle. A bard sat in one corner, weeping as she played a dirge on her low-tuned lute, a tribute, no doubt, to the fallen comrade who lay nearby in a pool of blood. Next to the tragic pair, an ornate reliquary was filled with holy relics, glowing softly with Aquila's light. So find the 5 Malinok monsters and set them aside. Shuffle 1 random Malinok per player. Do all future monster decks. The Malinok monster rules are active for the rest of the books in the Darksworn saga. So that is it for Book 3. As always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.